Hi everybody, I'm Cheryl Kahn, and this is your West Palm Beach. We now have a new police chief in our city. Interim Chief Tony Araujo has been appointed to the job permanently by Mayor James. For Chief Araujo, the move is a return to his local roots. Interim West Palm Beach Police Chief Tony Araujo had been in place since October. That's when Mayor James appointed him after dismissing former Chief Frank Adderley over allegations of financial improprieties within the department. The mayor says he was so impressed with Araujo's work that he offered him the permanent position.
I appointed Tony Araujo as interim police chief for the city of West Palm Beach with a clear mission to conduct a top-down review of the department and ensure we uphold the highest standards of public safety. Over the past several months, he has not only met that challenge, but he has exceeded it beyond my wildest expectations.
Araujo, who worked his way up to colonel during a 42-year career at the sheriff's office, says he's taking a big pay cut to come here, but he says he grew up in West Palm Beach starting in high school, and making the move just feels right.
Those moments when I've been out there, having memories pop back, meeting the constituency, the residents. I've gone to neighborhood meetings where people say, "Tony, is that you?" "Yeah, it's me, Angela."
The 65-year-old Araujo says he's not even close to being ready to retire, and he's excited about continuing his career right here in West Palm Beach. Part of the excitement in our city revolves around new development, as well as preserving the rich culture and background of places like the historic Northwest. Two prime examples, the Sunset Lounge and Heart and Soul Park. At the newly renovated Sunset Lounge, cultural anthropologist Dr. Alicia Nguyen explains why this building is so significant to the legacy of the historic Northwest.
It's so important because it has been here for such a long time, and it is a historic icon.
During segregation in the Jim Crow South of the 40s, 50s, and 60s, a who's who of African-American artists played here, from Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington to James Brown.
Oh my God, I got to see James Brown. Sam Cooke, Ray Charles, James Brown, Fats Domino, they were all here.
It's also an important part of many local families' histories, including Dr. Nguyen's. She grew up around here, and her mother not only attended concerts at the Sunset, but also had her debutante cotillion right here.
Our names were called individually, Alice, Frederick.
It's a familiar story for many area residents, and seeing this place takes them back.
We would come down here to the Sunset on a Saturday night. We would dance. We would have a good time.
When Mom would go to work, she didn't know I would get dressed and come to the Sunset.
Except for a few special events, the Sunset Lounge has not reopened for business yet, but the music-themed Heart and Soul Park right across the street, with artwork that pays tribute to the artists who play the Sunset, as well as some local heroes, is already living up to its name. The backdrop for events like this holiday festival. Make some noise right now! It's also a fun place for kids to play built-in musical instruments. And the centerpiece of the park, this intriguing sculpture by Nikisha Durrett.
There is a quote of Duke Ellington that really resonates with me, where he's talking about the air shaft of Harlan Tenement is like a loudspeaker. And if you were to put your ear up to a loudspeaker, if it were here in front of the Sunset Lounge, what are some of the voices that you would hear from the ancestral past?
All of this helping to keep the legacy of the historic Northwest alive. And just to our north, the Florida Highwaymen left their mark on the art world. But it was not without a struggle, as the 26 African-American artists battled racism during the Jim Crow era in the South. R.L. Lewis is one of 5 surviving Florida Highwaymen, a group of African-American artists who, during the years of segregation in the South, sold their paintings by the side of the road because they weren't allowed to do so in white-owned galleries.
Guys used to go up and down the highways and byways and sell their wares, their pieces, and the people gravitate to this stuff.
Now in his 80s, Lewis has his own art gallery in Cocoa, where he grew up. He still makes appearances around the state, like this recent one at the Historical Society of Palm Beach County. The retired high school art teacher mesmerized the crowd here, just like he did during a 2017 demonstration and lecture at Grassy Waters Preserve.
I said, bring in bounties. Somebody came in there with the little cheap stuff.
Fellow highwayman James Gibson, who's since passed away, also made an appearance at Grassy Waters that year.
And what we did, went to town. If we had a flat tire, which I did, I'd take my paintings out of the trunk of the car, put them on the side of the car, and change my tire. People's turning around, even the troopers, they were buying paintings back during that time.
And not long afterwards, highwayman Curtis Arnett met admirers during a stop at a downtown business.
This painting here is the St. Lucie River. For me, myself, it's like I was always kind of like in the right place at the right time, and it seemed like the art chose me.
Those who know the backstory of what the artists endured while still capturing the beauty and mystery of old Florida.
Florida was beautiful, had a lot of flowers, a lot of trees.
Feel that meeting them and watching them work is an honor. Lewis and the other surviving highwaymen continue to create and teach.
Call it a painting, it's not a picture, it's a painting.
And contribute to the legacy of the Florida highwaymen, including one woman, which will live on forever in paintings like these. And if you've ever seen those paintings in person, you know they're nothing short of spectacular. Now, if you and your kids are into music, you might want to check out a weekly class offered by Rhythm and Hues Enrichment Center at Mandel Public Library. When Miss Dolly sings, the kids in this class snap to attention. Beep, 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 the horn on the bus go beep, 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 all through the town. Miss Dolly, also known as Dorothy Romano, is head of the music department at Rhythm and Hues Enrichment Center. She teaches classes like this one at the center and here at Mandel Public Library.
The kids are getting early onset music child learning, and so they are able to just be able to explore music in an open and creative way to where it's not so much pressure, getting them to have fun with it.
And when she says early, she means it. Students can start as toddlers with some newborn babies along for the ride.
I'm Zach, and I have Xander and Zoe. Zoe's right here. They're crazy kids, so they are active, but they get to use a little instrument, so they like that. She loves the class. I mean, she's 2 months old. She's been coming her whole life.
During the class, kids learn how to sing on key and keep the beat. They also practice following directions, sharing, and working together while having lots of fun.
This class is awesome because of the music. The kids can interact with other kids.
And for students with musical talent, this beginner's class could lead to something bigger. Romano's own 10-year-old daughter, Melody, used to go to the class. Now she's an accomplished professional singer and actress.
I always say go for your dreams and just never give up.
For more information on Rhythm and Hues and other activities at the library, visit wpb.org/library. It might not be as much fun as a music class, but you can also stop by the library for help filing your tax returns for free. William French is getting an early start on his tax returns, and he's doing it with the help of a free service in this small room at Mandel Public Library.
You know how much it costs to get your taxes done from some agencies and individuals. It's definitely a ease on the pocket.
The volunteers who fill out the forms for taxpayers like William are participating in a program aimed at making this dreaded annual task a little easier.
All of our volunteers are provided by the United Way, and the training is provided by the Internal Revenue Service. So we're all trained in official tax law. So to come in here and have your taxes done for free by knowledgeable volunteers is really the best way to go.
People who come in for assistance can have their taxes filed electronically or via snail mail. Either way, it's a big relief for those who'd rather be doing pretty much anything else than figuring out their taxes.
It's very convenient, it's very financially saving, and the people are very, very pleasant and helpful.
The service is open to taxpayers who earned up to $76,000 last year and will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. You can find out more by visiting taxesfiledfree.org or you can call 211. And once you're done with that, we hope you'll take the time to enjoy all the fun things there are to do in your West Palm Beach. I'm Cheryl Kahn. See you next time.